CTV Calgary, local breaking news.
Good afternoon. Calgarians could soon get an unpleasant surprise in the mail, a traffic ticket from several months ago. Those tickets are showing up now because various police services in Alberta suspended mail delivery because of the Canada Post labor dispute. Calgary police temporarily suspended mailing tickets on May 16th. Under provincial law, police are allowed to send out tickets within 12 months of the alleged offense date. Tickets will show up in mailboxes this month with a letter explaining the delay. A new report says Calgary and Edmonton have become the epicenter for auto thefts. The Insurance Bureau of Canada says the rate of stolen vehicles is well above the historical average in Alberta, a trend that's impacting the insurance system. IBC says the cost of auto theft claims has increased by 73% in Calgary and 85% in Edmonton. The report says the federal government's new Canadian motor vehicle safety regulations will make vehicles sold in Canada harder to steal. The Alberta government is planning to collect oil sands royalties by taking bitumen instead of cash, and it's authorizing up to $900 million in borrowing to that end. But industry insiders say the province might use that money to attract an oil pipeline proponent, with taxpayers picking up the tab for any failed projects. Kevin Green reports.
Energy economists say a recent order in council that allows the province to collect royalties in actual barrels of oil instead of cash also gives the province the ability to borrow $900 million tax dollars to spend on marketing. But they also say it opens the door to backstopping private companies in a pipeline bid.
It says $900 million for hydrocarbon marketing activities, which implies doing what we just talked about. But it also allows for the purchase of shares, making loans, doing joint ventures, providing loan guarantees, or setting up subsidiary corporations.
Richard Messon was once the CEO of the Alberta Petroleum Marketing Agency. He says selling royalty barrels alone would not require anywhere near that level of borrowing authority. Instead, he says the borrowing authority lines up with what would be needed if the province were stepping in to reduce the financial risk for a pipeline company.
If there's no private sector proponent for a pipeline, and APMC is now going to step in and be the loan guarantor for the pipeline.
Messon says the upside could be better marketing access and stronger royalties, but the downside is a significant loss for taxpayers if a project fails. But Alberta's Minister of Energy says the close to $1 billion line of credit is simply for marketing the province's oil, not building or backing a pipeline.
This money is not used to secure any corporate loans or anything else. It is simply used as an overdraft to make sure that we are able to go into the business of selling products that producers give us to sell.
NDP leader Naheed Nenshi doesn't buy it and says the government is putting taxpayer money at risk.
The problem we have is this government has never shown any evidence of being competent or sophisticated or thoughtful when it starts messing around in the private sector, which they are now doing.
The Canadian Taxpayers Federation says even if the $900 million in potential debt is just to help sell Alberta bitumen, it's a price too high to pay.
$900 million, right, of taxpayer money being put on the line by the government. That's a huge amount of money, and it's not, taxpayers shouldn't be propping up the government spending on this marketing.
Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
And despite the province and the federal government reaching a deal, there still isn't a private proponent for a West Coast pipeline. Under the Memorandum of Understanding, one must come forward by July 1st for it to proceed. The city is making it easier for those in wheelchairs to explore winter park spaces. From now until early March, Calgarians can reserve an all-terrain wheelchair to explore North Glenmore Park and Prairie Winds Park. The ATW has extra-wide tires to increase stability on uneven or unsteady terrain and skis to help navigate snow. There's no cost to book an ATW. You just need to log in or create a Live and Play account on the City of Calgary website. Upgrades at the Canmore Nordic Centre are complete. The facility's renovation and expansion includes a new biathlon building and improvements to the stadium and firing range. The Day Lodge has also received some upgrades, and there's more snowmaking and snow storage infrastructure. The province committed just over $27 million for the improvements. Thanks for joining us. We'll have more on the top stories coming up on CTV News at 5 and 6 or anytime online at ctvnewscalgary.ca.